Ahoy mateys, and welcome back to Screamingpirate EDC. Today we're going to be doing another Plunder plank, but this time it's on a knife that hasn't been around for a while and was just recently, I guess, reissued is the best way to put it. We're going to be taking a look at the Protech Mordax. Before we get into it, a couple of announcements. All my affiliate links are in the description. They all help me. There are some discount codes down there. Also wanted to let you guys know that my collaboration death cookie with 52 Graves EDC is going to be going live on the 8th. Now there is no time yet, but head over to the Instagram, check it out. We will have all the announcements over there. There's going to be 50 on my website and 50 on 52 Graves website. I think that's all I got for now, guys. But I'm pretty excited about this one to show it off to you guys. Let's go ahead and get into it. So let's go ahead and take a look at some specs on the Mordax. So looking at a 3.5 inch blade, basically on the nose, 4.5 inch on the handle. So it's great, super comfortable, beautiful choil that you can choke up on. I have a large glove, kind of longer fingers, but not super long. Can easily choke up here. Beautifully crowned spine, not super crowned like you would have on, say, like a Chris Reeve, but very well done. It is a button lock. And that means that you just push that button in to release the lock and it will flick close kind of thing. Yeah, aluminum scales, and these are in MagnaCut. Now mine is specifically from USN. It's The Gathering. It's a knife show. So it has kind of like an imprint on the back, but these are going to dealers. Won't have the green button, we'll have a gray button, pretty standard. But in MagnaCut, they worked very closely with Knife and Steel Nerds, the gentleman over there, to really get this down to the HRC. I've heard they're like right at like 62, 63, if I remember right. Really, really nice. The next thing is your weight, 3.8 ounces. I really like that weight. It's very, very nice. Action is snappy, feels really good. Now mine's a little bit smoother, just because I did put skiff bearings in this. The only tricksy hobbits part of doing this back together is you have to put the button in and then kind of like wiggle the scale around the button and then kind of compress everything together on top of that spring. It's really the only tough part of the disassembly, guys. 5mm bearings, man, it has buttered out. About, I would say, a week and a half ago I put these bearings in and they are just beautifully smooth, right? Beautifully smooth. But yeah, guys, really, really like the knife. It is a full flat grind, but I've had no problem slicing with it. Really, really happy with the performance of the Mordax so far. Now that we have all the specs out of the way, let's do some size comparisons here, because some people don't have a Mordax. Now, when I said this knife was reissued, this used to be the Protech / Ferrum Forge / drop or mash drop, whatever you want to call it, Mordax. Well, they've completely taken that back from drop, and now it is just the Ferrum Forge Protech Mordax, guys. So there is the Ferrum Forge logo on the back side of the knife there, as you can see. So it's their design, but it is made by Protech. I'm really happy to see these back. Happy to see all the weird milling on the side is gone and that Protech is back in-house, you know, with these, and they're not doing them for some website. I really think we're going to get some fun flavors on this one, but I'm super happy to see that they're back. So that's super cool. All right, guys, let's do some size comparisons. Let's just start lowest to highest as far as price. I wanted a couple other button locks for you guys. This is going to be a Civivi, I believe it's the Altus. So there you go. Nice little comparison for you. All right. After that, the one that most people are going to want to see and going to want to compare to is going to be the Malibu. Now this is the purple one, and this one happens to belong to my better half. So there you go, guys, right next to a Malibu. As you can see, the Malibu is smaller. And really hope they do this texturing on the Mordax. That would be awesome. I would love that. Next up, let's grab a bug out. Now, this is the aluminum bug out with the, I believe, M390. And there you go, right next to each other, okay? After that, let's grab another knife right around this price range. This is going to be the, where's my brain, guys? Giant Mouse Ace Grand. Now, these are a lot more similar in size than I thought they were going to be, but if you have a Grand or you've held one, there you go. After that, let's grab another button lock, one of my personal favorites. This is going to be the Spartan Palace. Now, the Palace is going to be a bigger knife overall, but very interesting side by side. They feel, I wouldn't say similar in hand. One's, the Palace is much more aggressive, much more, you know, combat. You know, you're trying to kind of thrust forward with it, but that's kind of what Spartan's thing is. But yeah, both very, very good. And then finally, a knife that's going to be an upcoming review. They are live right now for the pre-order. This is the Evolved EDC Syn. That's S-Y-N, guys. Just wanted you guys to see this next to a more, you know, standard frame lock folder. All right, guys, so we have all of that out of the way. Let's talk about the Mordax. So I never had one of the original ones when they were on Mass Drop. And I've always wanted one. I've heard great things about them. And I was super excited to have someone proxy for me and grab one at USN. So my buddy, Niche Designs, who does sharpening work, fantastic work, I was able to talk him into that. So if you ever have someone going to a show, try to get them to do a proxy for you. But yeah, if you get a proxy, it's a really nice way of getting a knife that you may not be able to get from the show. I tend to say if you're going to do that, make it a production knife, don't make it a custom, because that's really putting a lot of pressure on somebody. But as far as size, guys, so again, large gloves, and I have all the room in the world. So you see all this room back here. I can choke up fully on this knife. Yeah, it's super, super nice in the ergonomic department. I don't feel this clip at all, like at all. It doesn't even register on my end. So great clip. Love that it's deep carry as well. Deployment wise, you basically have two main options. So you have your flipper, okay? But also, if you want to just press the button on the side, you can give it a little bit of wrist, which is what makes button locks super cool, in my opinion. The spring I've had no problem with on the button lock. It feels nice. It doesn't feel, you know, overly mushy. I have gotten very little lock stick at the start, which you tend to get with button locks. That has completely gone away with me fidgeting with this knife. All the chamfering is fantastic. I like the jimping on the flipper tab. It makes sure that I really can't really fail, you know, the knife, no matter if I do a light switch or a push button. So light switch, push button. Very, very nice. There is no other jimping on the knife. You don't need it, not with the aluminum. It is kind of, this coated aluminum is nice and tacky enough to hold on to. You are looking at T8 on your pivot and T6s everywhere else. I wish it was full T8, but I'm not going to complain with a knife. Not like this, not with this build quality, because guys, this is the lockup. I physically cannot wobble that blade. It's phenomenal. I love it. It's dead, as Lefty would say, it's dead nut center, okay? Fantastic. We're looking at a flat ground here, but it's not really a complaint of mine. If I can go and grab some cardboard, guys, it's super easy. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna grab a box real quick, guys. So random amount of cardboard I have laying around. Yes, I know this is a huge piece, but as soon as I pierce through, you can cut it. So your flat is not going to be as good for like slicing, but for putting in nice, good work, it's great. I've had no problems with the MagnaCut. It is maintaining a good edge. It straps up really great. I really like it. I love this drop point. Would I like to see this in, say, a Warney or a sheep's foot? Yeah, personally, but that's my personal preference. Not going to do an in and out pocket, guys, because I mean, it's just deep carry clip with even recessed screws. Hallelujah. And it just slides right in and out of pocket. I've had this in gym shorts. I've had this in jeans. It's great. So why am I doing the review on this knife, guys? Why am I showing you this? Well, first of all, I'm so happy they're back. I'm so happy Protech's taking this back. I really hope they do like this texture that they've done on the Malibu on the Mordax. I like the texture. I like the feel. I hope they do it in a titanium or maybe in a bronze. Like, there's a lot of options that are very true to Protech that they're going to be able to do with this knife. But also, I love seeing it in MagnaCut. MagnaCut's, you know, kind of the hot button, you know, steel right now, but it's performing, and they've worked very closely with Knife Steel Nerds to get this right. And it feels good. This knife hasn't been in production in a couple years, and I was kind of sad that I never grabbed one originally, and I wanted to share it with you guys and show you kind of some other button locks and some other knives that are in this similar price range. I think this was around, I want to say 240, 250, like right in that range. And I believe that's what they're going to be at dealers. But guys, it's a good knife. It is a knife that I would buy for just about anybody as a gift if that's their price range and that's what you want to spend on them. But also, I think this is a good collection knife. I think that if you like button locks or you want to get into button locks, Malibus can be kind of hard to get your hands on. But Mordaxes, when they start making more of these, I mean, this is a one-size-fit-all for me. You know, my wife wears a small lady's glove and she can use the Mordax. I mean, guys, it's a good knife. Obviously, I'm spoiling this. Obviously, this is a 100% Plunder, guys. But beyond that, you know, I think because it's back in production this year, I think it's in the running for my knife of the year, guys. I really do. I think that the action is so good. It's just nice. It's crisp. You know, it's nice and buttery smooth on that close. I have very little on the complaint side, guys, with the Mordax, which is very surprising because typically I do have a complaint when it comes to knives. You know, there's little things that I would like to change, but there's not much here that I would change, and I think it's really good. But overall, super happy the Mordax is back. I strongly encourage you to try to pick one up from your favorite dealer. I really love Knife Joy right now. They have been a great supporter of the channel, and so has Cutlery Shop. So go ahead, check them out. Check out the Instagram. Yeah, guys, Mordax is back, and it's damn good. All right, so let's go ahead and compare the Malibu to some other knives.
No, it's the Mordax.
What?
It's the Mordax. How do I know your knive's better than you?
Guys, I should retire.